What is up, YouTube? Nate here, and welcome to the third episode of MacintoshGeek Weekly on this July 30th, 2010. So obviously the big news this week is Apple's new products they just recently announced.
Yay!
That one was for you, Nathaniel. Anyway, so let's just get right into the new products that Apple released one by one, and I'll give you my thoughts. So let's start with the expected and move on to the unexpected. The expected, obviously, is a spec upgrade for the iMacs, and they actually got a pretty nice upgrade this time around. The most expected thing that they did was put the new i3, i5, and i7 chips from Intel into the iMacs. This is something that pretty much was a guarantee since they are the new and better chips Intel has made. Something that a lot of people probably didn't guess, but a lot of people did want, is that the iMacs now have dedicated graphics cards. Now, for those of you who don't know what this means, before the iMacs would run graphics card that would share memory from the computer's memory. So what would happen is it would slow down the process because the graphics card would have to also borrow the memory your computer has. But now it has its own dedicated memory, hence a dedicated card, which gives you a lot better graphics, a lot faster quality of computer running, and overall it's a really nice upgrade that Apple released. The next thing that Apple did was release a 27-inch LED cinema display, and in doing so they also got rid of the smaller cinema display they had and the 30-inch LCD one that was running through DVI. They got rid of both of those, so now they only have the 27-inch LED mini DisplayPort cinema display. So this was kind of an interesting decision by Apple. I don't think anyone really knows why they're only having this one display now. So if you get a Mac Pro, now you're kind of stuck with either getting your own display or using one you already have, or just getting this 27-inch. You don't really have a choice between different models. So that's kind of weird because different people have different preferences, and Apple's only giving you one. So I thought that was kind of lame on Apple's part, but business decisions, I guess. No one really ever knows what's going on in Apple's head. Going off of the Mac Pro that I just mentioned, Apple did release some spec updates for that as well. The big one, obviously, is now that you can have 12 cores, which honestly is pathetic on Apple's part. I need at least 30 cores to get anything done. I mean, I don't even know how I'm using this MacBook because iMovie needs like 5 cores to run, doesn't it? Obviously, I'm being sarcastic, guys. 12 cores is insane. You honestly would have to be running like Final Cut Pro, Photoshop, Final Cut Pro again. Just insane amount of stuff going on there to even use up those cores, but Apple went ahead and gave you that many. It just shows that technology world is all about just being more powerful than everyone else, and that's how you get far. But really, you don't need 12 cores. I could be wrong. There could be someone out there who does need 12 cores, and I mean, if 12 cores, obviously it's going to make your computing experience amazingly fast and easy, and I mean, everyone would want to have 12 cores. I just don't think anyone really needs 12 cores. But along with that, Apple has also released some spec upgrades to the graphics, etc. And also now the Mac Pro has the option to use solid state drives along with the other normal hard drives in the machine. Yeah. Now I said I'd get to the unexpected products that Apple released, and obviously the huge one is the new Magic Trackpad. Pretty much what Apple did was took the MacBook Pro's trackpad, ripped it off, made it a little bigger, and is now setting it next to desktop computers. Now, you don't necessarily need a desktop computer to use one of these. I just don't know why you would get one if you already have one on your laptop. But who knows? So the Magic Trackpad is essentially what it sounds like. They just took the trackpad from the MacBook Pro with the Jet multi-touch and let you use it on any computer now. The weird thing about this is they did have this on the Magic Mouse, though. And I don't know about other people, but I have a mouse here I use on my laptop when I'm not using it on my lap. And that's just because I think mice have more accuracy, and I just have a better feel for where I'm clicking with mice. So I personally, if I were to get over the trackpad or the Magic Mouse, I would get the Magic Mouse. I can't say this is the same for everyone, so obviously maybe Apple, is giving options to people. I just think it's kind of a silly product overall. I never see myself getting one, so go ahead and tell me what you think. If you guys think that you would actually use a Magic Trackpad, go ahead and tell me. I personally think it's kind of a dumb product on Apple's part. I'm willing to say that Apple makes mistakes. It might not even be a mistake. I could be wrong. I personally just think it's a pointless product. And even more weird, along with this Magic Trackpad, Apple decided, hey, you know how we keep putting these battery-powered Bluetooth devices out to the public? What if we gave them batteries for these Bluetooth devices? And it actually is a pretty sweet charger. It's nice and compact. It comes with 6 batteries for the cost of $30, which, up to industry standards, isn't too overly expensive, and essentially is a pretty good deal that Apple's giving you. So yeah, and also they have kind of gotten some energy saving power into there so that it's very energy efficient, and it's overall a really nice battery charger. Wait a second. Hold the phone there. Did I just say Apple released a battery charger? Yeah, I did. And as much as I think that it is crazy that Apple released something like this, it overall looks really nice, and I have to give it to Apple. It's a nice product. In other related news, the huge debate that's going on right now is whether it is legal to jailbreak your iOS. They just recently revised some laws that do make it sound like it would be legal to jailbreak these iOSs. But technically, when you buy the phone, sign up for the contract, or buy the iPod Touch, you do agree to a terms of service from Apple. So it is a law-abiding contract that says that you cannot jailbreak this thing. So technically, the other side of the argument states that you still can't jailbreak it. So no one really knows if it's legal or not. Technically, Apple says they can still void your warranty, so it sounds like jailbreaking still illegal. And Apple is getting sued because users are complaining that when they hold their iPad in direct sunlight, it has a tendency to overheat. Alright, and to end today's episode, like every other episode, we have the viewer mailbag. This question was submitted by X-Radical Aura X, hope I said that right. He commented on my YouTube channel asking, "Hey Nate, are you still planning on majoring in computer science? I'm an incoming senior in high school, and I am also thinking about majoring in CS when I am off to college next year." And the answer is yes, I am going to be majoring in computer science. I actually leave for college on the 17th, which is actually 18 days away. So yeah, pretty exciting stuff. And on a related note, I just recently looked up what book was required for my Algorithms and Problem Solvings class, which sounds like a really weird name, but essentially it's Computer Science 101, if that's what you want to call it. The book that I'm going to be using for my first computer science class is An Introduction to Programming and Object-Oriented Design Using Java. So yeah, essentially I'm going to be learning how to program on Java, which is kind of the basic programming language nowadays. It's probably dying out a little bit to a lot of other languages, but it's like the basic one that I think a lot of people do start with. So yeah, I'm really excited to start that out. And for viewer mailbag, make sure you guys send in your questions. You can either, I guess, comment on my channel, comment on the video, send me a message, or send me a video message via email to inateclay@gmail.com. Well, that about sums up today's episode, guys. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned next Friday for the 4th episode of Macintosh Geek Weekly. Thanks for watching. I'm